Good evening, guys. Welcome back to the channel. We are headed to an Airspace pickup. It has been slow this week so far. Today is Tuesday, February the 3rd. Yesterday, it was slow. I did an Airspace yesterday. I got back. I went to Walmart, and it was dead. I got back around 6. It was dead. And I stayed out there till maybe 7, and then I went home. This morning I got to Walmart about 8 o'clock, and it took me maybe an hour to get my first offer, which was a pharmacy order along with 7. I had to shop for like 7 items. Had to end up doing a return because the customer wasn't answering the phone, wasn't answering the door, wasn't answering the text, and there was a signature required, and they was not responding. So I had to do a return, and it took me an hour to do that return because the pharmacy order, the code would not work, and they refused to take it without the code. So I had to end up calling support, and they told me to leave it at customer service, and they handed it on their end. I tried to leave it at customer service. They were telling me to take it to produce, and I'm like, why am I taking the pharmacy order to produce? Which some of the items that I did have were like strawberries, bananas and stuff like that. That was produce items, but what about the pharmacy stuff? So I ended up calling support back and letting them know what was going on, and they was like, well, you have to wait for an email. So I waited 45 minutes, never got an email. And I'm calling them back, and I'm like, listen, I gotta return this stuff because at this point, I've been doing this for an hour, trying to return this stuff for an hour. Like, I have other things that I could be doing right now, and this is like hindering me. You know, I had like 2 other Airspace orders that came out before this that I could have taken, but I couldn't because I was stuck with that stuff. So eventually the lady, she walked me through how to close it out. Basically, I had to put Walmart, the area that I was in, the name of that Walmart, and hold on, I'm trying to figure out how to get back to this loading dock here, and then just for the signature, put the name of the Walmart, and then the rest of the items, because they were grocery items, I had to go to the pickup area and return it to the pickup area. And the code, the same code that wouldn't work for the pharmacy, worked at the pickup area. So I had to end up giving them the groceries and the meds. And finally, I was done with that mess. Finally. So I sat and waited. And it was nothing. So this was around maybe 10:30 when I finally got that stuff closed out. And here it is, 1 o'clock. So like I said, I finally got another Airspace after I finally got that thing closed out, and I decided to take it because it was like, you know, nothing coming from Spark. So here we are. That's what I'm picking up right here. Let me back up so I can get it in the back seat here. And we're going to Augusta, Georgia, guys. Going to Augusta, Georgia. Oh shit, let me hit the curb. I can't drive, y'all. I cannot drive. Hold on. Alright, let me get this thing in the back seat. Just give me 1 second. Let me get a picture of this thing for Airspace first. Alright guys, so I picked it up. So if you know anything about Airspace, I had to take 2 pictures and sign my name because there was no one at the loading dock. Then I had to put as the person's name, no one. I put no one at the loading dock. And then department, I put loading dock. I mean, I don't even know what to do if somebody is not there. That's just what I always put. Sorry about that, guys. I had a very important phone call. But anyway, I think I left off with showing you guys that I picked up the totes. And that I'm going 172 miles to Augusta, Georgia. I should be there in 40 to 45 minutes. And I'm dropping it off to a storage unit. I guess whoever is going to come pick it up from there. Yeah, as I was saying, man, it has been slow yesterday and today. I don't know what's going on. Lately, my Tuesdays have been very slow. I'm thinking about just taking Tuesdays off. And, you know, leave out the house if I have something. If not, just take Tuesdays off. Because Tuesdays, lately, since I came back off of vacation, has been slow. Very slow. So, I don't know. But anyway, like I said, we'll be there in the next 40 to 45 minutes. And I'll get back with you guys once we get there.
Clock in, clock out, still grind, new route, same shirt, same shoes, big plans, break rules, phone crack, screen lit, that's that. I'm with, talk cheap, I'm taxed, they speak. You can't stop my hustle. I was built for the struggle. I turn pressure into muscle. Watch me burst out of the huddle. You can't stop my hustle. Every setback, that's a puzzle. I just move another piece till the picture saying double. Rain due, past due, still cool. I move, they laugh, I law, more reps, new law, missed calls, my loss. Next day, I ball, small dog, big key. Right now, that's me. You can't stop my hustle. I was built for the struggle. I turn pressure into muscle. Watch me burst out of the huddle. You can't stop my hustle. Every setback, that's a puzzle. I just move another piece till the picture saying double. Oh yeah. They say slow down, I say won't wait. They say no way, I say just wait. They roll me off, didn't check the rate. I collect on every dial, that's my interest gain. You can't stop my hustle. I was built for the struggle. I turn pressure into muscle. Watch me burst out of the huddle. You can't stop my hustle. Every scar is my rebuttal. I keep moving, I don't freeze. I make pressure look subtle. Can't stop. Yeah. Dusty photograph, memories soar, empty echoes creep behind the door. Fingers trace cracks on the window pane, ghosts in the walls, whispering my name. They say, stay down, this ain't your fight. But I claw through the shadows, chasing light from the bottom up, brick by brick, stacking my dreams, making them stick. No handouts, no silver moon, just grinding hard. Sunrise comes too soon. From the bottom up, I'm claiming my ground. Ain't no way I'm ever falling back down. The lines on the road stretch long, too raw, silent as the weight of what I once saw. Broken street.
Alright guys, we're at our delivery location. Let me take a picture and I upload it to Airspace and I'll be right back. Alright guys, that's it for the delivery. We are headed back home. I should be home by 6:30. Last night, like I said, I tried to do Walmart Spark, and I think because of the snowstorm and everybody going crazy shopping last week and over the weekend, I think that's why it's so slow yesterday and today. You know, everybody's already gotten everything that they needed, and they really don't need anything else. So I don't know. So anyway, I'm not gonna even attempt to spark once I get back. I'll just figure out what I'm gonna do tomorrow. My contracts, they're slow too. So I don't know. She called me yesterday, but as you guys know, I went to Reedsville, Georgia, and when she called me, I was on the way back, and you know, it was a stat pickup and delivery, so she couldn't wait till I got back. So yeah, hold on, I'm trying to see what's going on here. So yeah, she couldn't wait till I got back. She needed somebody to go to Columbia and Charlotte. That would have been, that pay right there would have been great. That would have been at least a little bit over $500 payday right there. But yesterday's payday on Airspace was good. Something's better than nothing. I'd rather make something than nothing. But anyway, that's it for this video, man. Like I said, we're gonna see how the rest of this week turns out. I'm never worried. Sometimes it starts out slow, and then by the time I get to Wednesday and Thursday, it is like extremely busy. So I'm never worried about meeting my weekly goals. I always meet or exceed my weekly goals some way or another. If I have to turn on Uber, you know what I mean? I got a Zifty order for Thursday. Every little bit helps. Every little bit adds up. You know, you can't just depend on one thing. You got a multi-app, multi-whatever in order, you know, for your profits to add up. That's one thing I've learned. Never depend on just one thing. Like, I don't depend on just my contract, because like I said, yesterday when she called me, it was after 2, it was around 2:30. And I ended up having to call my business partner, and she ended up doing it. But if I had sat around and I tried to do anything else, look how long I would have been waiting. And just like today, I didn't get a call from her today. I didn't get a call from my other parts contract yesterday or today. He called me Sunday. No, it was Saturday. But I was afraid to mess with that because, like I said, it started snowing at 3. And he wanted me to go to Myrtle Beach and, you know, come back. But I didn't want to take a chance on being on the road, not knowing what was going to happen. So I turned that down. But anyway, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel, share the channel, comment. That's it for today. It's your girl Hannah B, the Courier Chick, signing out. Peace out, guys.